We're back a bit later than expected. You can thank some fixtures being moved around. For that, blame Everton. That's what I'll say. So today, you get a game in the Champions League and a game up against Liverpool. Yes, hello, welcome into Living Sports. You have another episode of Glory Hunter on Football Manager 22. Here with Manchester United, our first season in charge of Man United. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. If you missed the last one, go and check out a £1 billion transfer special. Yeah, lots of money spent in that one. And we're going to get our first games on the channel as Man United manager. We have played a few games since we last met, as I mentioned, and we're a bit later. We're into the end of October. That's because the Everton game got moved because they were playing on a Thursday night and it moved the game for the weekend. It's now getting played in January at some point for some reason. So we didn't really have two games to play that I wanted to show around then. So I waited and came back for some big ones here. I say we've got Porto in the Champions League. I'll show you our Champions League group in just a moment. And we also have Liverpool in the Premier League. Liverpool, who are just 5 points behind us at this moment in time. You can see from the league table, we've played one game less than everyone else because that Everton game's been moved to January. So we are just 2 points behind Manchester City with that game in hand. And we've done pretty well, I'll be honest. If you look at the fixtures since we last met, look at all that. The most recent one was a 0-0 draw against Tottenham. But apart from that, we've won every single game. We beat Blackburn 4-1. 2 goals from Michel and 2 from Sancho. We then beat Brentford thanks to Sancho, Michel and Niang. You'll notice Sancho, Michel, they're the ones that are doing a lot for us. West Brom, we won that one 1-0 against a 10-man West Brom side. Marcus Rashford got the goal there. We beat Southampton 2-0 thanks to Sancho. If we skip forward to the rest of our Premier League games, we then won 5-1 against Newcastle. Stansfield, Rashford, Guindo, Sancho, Michel, lots of goal scorers there. We beat Brighton 3-1 and then we drew with Tottenham. We have had a couple of Champions League group stage matches in there. Group E we're in with Lyon, Ajax and Porto, a fairly tough group. We did beat Lyon 1-0 thanks to a goal from Stansfield, and then we beat Ajax 4-0, goals from Rashford, Fofana and Michel in that one, as well as a 1-1 draw and winning on penalties up against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup, which doesn't matter because it's not part of our Glory Hunter challenge. So our rotated side was played in that one, and we still managed to beat Tottenham. Yet when we played a full strength side against Tottenham in the league, we drew 0-0. Very strange indeed. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's show you the team for this one up against Porto, and then a very tough match at home to Liverpool in a few days' time. And this is the team that we're going to use. This is basically our full strength side, except from an injury to Wijndal. He's out for another 2 weeks. He was out for about 6, so we're just about getting there. And Niang's got himself injured as well. He's out for another 3 weeks. But almost a full strength side. Henderson in goal, Fofana and Mustafa at the back, Livramento and Guindo as the fullbacks, Rovella, Bellingham, Stansfield are midfield 3, Michel and Sancho either side of Rashford. You can see goal scorers, mainly Sancho and Michel, some from Rashford as well in there, and Stansfield contributing quite well. If you have a look at him and look at his thing so far, it only says 3 assists in the league, but it feels like he's been pulling the strings a lot more than that. He's very, very good. And hopefully he continues to be very good. So as I mentioned, Lyon, Ajax and Porto in our Champions League group. We're currently top of that group with 2 victories. And we'll see if we can stay there today. You can see up the top of the screen, it says run away. Porto are currently in 2nd place. I think they're on 3 points before today. Let's see how we get on though. A very early highlight. We're wearing our red with white shorts and red socks. And Stansfield's in behind here. And he's nearly scored a goal 70 seconds into this game. Yeah, Porto and Lyon both had 3 points after 2 games. Ajax have lost all their games so far. So a win today would be very, very useful indeed, as Livramento has it. Into Michel on this right-hand side, back to Bellingham, into Mustafa, who's forward for that throw-in for some reason. I don't remember doing that in my throw-in tactic, but nonetheless, he was up there, had a shot, and wide of the goal as he threw the ball in and given it away. And George has a ball here on the left-hand side. Fofana's trying to close that down. The ball swung in, it's headed away by Guindo, only as far as Lefebvre here. Back to Maddie and Lefebvre, and he comes in field and finds Oscar. And can we hold out here? and maybe break away ourselves. No, we can't. It's out to the right hand side. Porto with the ball in, and what on earth has gone on there? That's bounced off of Henderson, and we've just about cleared it behind the goal line. That was very peculiar indeed. It really was. The ball swung in from the corner, and Henderson will collect it. And I tell you what, it's not been one-way traffic for us in this game. Another corner here for Porto. Ball into the front post, and it's headed in by Nohan Perez there. Porto lead 1-0, and this is the first time we've been behind as Manchester United manager. It was a good header. The keeper probably should have saved that. But nonetheless, we are losing 1-0 now, and we'll need to see what we can do. We're playing a basically full-strength side, so it's not like I've rotated the team for this one. So we need to go and play a bit better, go and get us the win as they launch the ball down the line, but Fofana collects it. They're only playing with one striker, and Livramento plays the ball back into Bellingham, back to Livramento, into Rashford, got to finish that, he has, and they're checking for offside, and I'm not sure if it's offside for Rashford or if it's offside for Livramento, but either way, he's run over speaking to his assistant, because VAR's definitely not over there, so I'm not sure why he's running all the way over. There's Willie Collum, who's the referee, and somehow he's given us it. Willie Collum, goodness me, for any of you who know the Scottish League, you know who Willie Collum is, and you understand why I'm surprised he's refereeing a Champions League group stage game. But anyway, good ball in, Rashford gets the ball into the back of the goal, and we're back on level terms. Willie Collum, the referee, goodness me. We've reached half-time. The score's still 1-0. There's been some poor performances out there from us. I've said I'm not happy with performance. We'll see how they get on for the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, and if we have to make some changes, then we will do just that. There is a free kick on the edge of the box, so 20 yards out. Michel will hit it, and oh, what a goal from Michel. His 7th of the season, curls that one in from the edge of the box. We lead 2-1. And suddenly, things are all so much better. 5 men in the wall there, but he still managed to curl it over the top. What a free kick that is. Outstanding from him. He's a pretty good player. We tried to sign him when we were at Monaco, but he went to Man United instead, and you know what? He's pretty good. I can understand why Man United paid £103 million for him. PSG are apparently wanting to spend 150 on him. So we'll see if that happens. As we've went back to 2-2 here, back on level terms as George gets himself a goal. That was just straight through the middle of the defence there. Pretty poor from us. As I watch the replay a bit more closely, instead of talking about Michel possibly being sold for 150 million. Pass into Vieira, forward to George, no one defending properly. And 2-2. Corner kick, swung in by Michel. Mustafa tried to get up at the front post, but didn't quite get there. As Bellingham finds Stansfield, out to Michel, can he put the ball in the middle? He can. Stansfield, Rashford is bounced about and it's cleared away. As Guindo collects it. We're going to have to make some changes here with 25 minutes to go. Ravella not having a great game in midfield, but we will push him forward though, because he's slightly more fit than the other midfielders. We'll bring on Ndidi to play in behind there. Go further forward. Sancho struggling for fitness as well. We'll bring on Willert for him. We'll keep another change for toward the end of the game if we need to do it. Shout a little bit. Demand more. Let's see if that works. Throw in on the left. Guindo on a yellow card. Finds Ravella into Willert. Back to Guindo. And forward to Ravella again. And he comes in field and switches it to Livramento. Can he put the ball into the box? There's lots of men there. Willert at the back post heads it in. And Cedric Willert gets himself a goal. He's not very tall, Will. I think he's only 5'11", but he managed to jump above his defender there, get the header in, and we lead 3-2. Now, nice play from us there on the edge of the Porto box. Livramento out in acres of space, crosses the ball in, and Willert gets behind his man, heads it back across goal. The keeper just flaps at it. And 3-2 is the score now. We are back ahead. I tell you, this has been a tougher game than it should have been. Porto were our top seed in the group, to be fair. We were the second seed, as we're going to make a change in midfield. We'll bring on Nico for Bellingham for the last couple of minutes. Yeah, Porto were the top seed. You know, the way that the new seedings work, where it's the group, the winners of the leagues in different countries become first seeds. Even though we have the highest coefficient of any side in Europe, we were not the top seed. And you can see there we've won 3-2. That's good. The game is finished. We've won 3-2. Not the best performance in the world, but we managed to stick it out, grind out a result. 3-2 victory. That puts us comfortably top of our group. We'll see how Lyon do up against Porto, and we can have a look to see. They have not played yet, so we'll see what happens when they do play. Lyon managed to just scrape a win past Ajax, which means if we have a look at the league table on the left hand side over here, Lyon just 3 points behind us, Porto 6 behind us, and Ajax all the way down on 0. So we'll be back in just a moment. Our next game is up against Liverpool in the Premier League. You can see they are in 5th, 5 points behind us, but we have played 1 game less than them. Hopefully a victory. We're at home, we're at Old Trafford. We should win this one comfortably. That's the hope anyway. So here we go, we're playing this Saturday night football, though there is a game even later when it's Arsenal against Chelsea, but we're playing the Saturday night football up against Liverpool today. With other results that have happened earlier on in the day, Liverpool have actually dropped all the way down to 9th position. Not ideal for them. Hopefully we can keep them there by winning today. Let's have a look at the team for this one. I'll be honest, the team for this one's pretty easy. It's the same team as the last one. This is probably our best 11 at the moment. So I hope they go out there and they go and win this game. Henderson in goal, Fofana, Mustafa at the back, Guindo on the left, Livramento on the right, Ravella, Bellingham and Stansfield in midfield, with Michelle on the right, Sancho on the left and Rashford leading the line. Let's get into it. Let's get the victory. Let's destroy them. Liverpool do have Norberto Menini in midfield. Remember, we had him at Villarreal. He was sold by Villarreal after we went to Monaco and he now plays for Liverpool. He's very good. We know how good he is and I'm sure he's improved even more since he's joined Liverpool. So hopefully he doesn't punish us too much in this one as Alexander-Arnold swings in a free kick and that's off the top of the bar. 3 minutes in, Liverpool with the first chance of the game. Thrown in on the left by Dest into Menini. And Dest has it forward to Jones. Can we stop the cross from coming in? No, we can't, but we do clear it away. Only as far as Alexander-Arnold, though. And Trent hits it from a long way out, and that is wide. Very wide of the goal. Corner kick for us. Michelle swings it into the front post. Fofana heads it in, and there we go. Wesley Fofana, 9 minutes in. We lead 1-0. Now, Michelle, not only is he good at scoring goals, he's so good with his delivery as well. You saw he scored a free kick in the last game. He's great with corners and crosses in as well. He's just an outstanding player out on that right-hand side, which is why, even though we signed Niang, we know how good he was when we were at Monaco with him, he just can't start on that right-hand side, Niang, even though, I know he's injured, so he couldn't anyway, but he just doesn't get a game to start in the first team because Michelle's so good out there. Sancho into Rashford and Stansfield tucks it in, and just as I was too busy talking about Niang not getting a game, Stansfield, the man we signed from PSG, has scored in that one, and we're 2-0 up after 10 minutes, 2 goals in a minute, and we just totally destroy Liverpool there on the break. Sancho down the left, plays the ball into the middle, it's hit by Rashford, defended, and Stansfield tucks in the rebound. We lead 2-0, but yeah, Niang just can't get inside of Michelle. Michelle is so good. As we have another chance here. Can we go 3-0 up, scoring 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes? Let's find out. It's all the way back to Henderson, who launches it long toward Rashford, who wins the flick on, and it goes to Fernandes in the goal for Liverpool, who drops it to his feet and out to Upamecano and Maria. Back to the goalkeeper, and they're passing it around at the back. Can we win the ball high up the field, or are they going to break on us, Liverpool? No, Stansfield's won it, and now we've got it with Mustafa and Guindo, and Sancho's in some space here. Back into Stansfield, Bellingham's through, the 2 midfielders combine, and the 2 English central midfielders combine, and Jude Bellingham gets himself a goal. Fantastic. Stansfield, lovely ball through after he won the ball back high up the field. He gets it back after this bit of play here, and it's a wonderful ball. Bellingham making the run. The midfielders don't track him. He rounds the keeper. We lead 3-0. 3 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Absolute domination here. I tell you what, I was kind of worried that we might fail expectations here at Man United, but this could be a one-season blitz of everything. This team is absolutely outstanding. We can easily win the Prem. We should win the FA Cup. And we very, very easily could win the Champions League with this team. This team's won the Champions League 2 of the past 3 years and came runner-up the other time. We've only improved it by adding the players to it that we have. This has got to be the best team in the world. It really does. And we just have to win everything this year. We really shouldn't be spending any more than 2 years here with this club. As McArdle tucks that one in. He looked like he might be an offside. We'll check with VAR. But we really shouldn't be here too long at Man United. And Emile, hopefully, have quite a long time to do what we need in Germany and France. And you can see there, indeed it was offside. And we still lead 3-0 as that ball's played in. That was tighter than I thought, but it was still offside. Got the ball at the back here with Mustafa, and he's passed it straight into Liverpool midfield. Jones with it into Menini. Can he score against us? He can indeed. We know how good he is, Menini. He did it for us at Villarreal, and he's doing it here for Liverpool. Just a poor pass from Mustafa here. You can see, tried to find Bellingham. Bellingham just didn't come to the ball. The ball's a bit short. Intercepted. Jones into Menini. Gets past Mustafa again. You can see that's the immaturity of Mustafa. They're only 19. Still has a lot to develop. He could develop into one of the best centre-backs in the world. But he still has a long way to go until he is definitely one of those elite centre-backs like Fofana, who's playing alongside him. You can tell Mustafa's not a first-choice centre-back alongside Fofana. It's normally Guindo, but Guindo's been pushed out to left back because of the injury to Wijndal out there as Livramento wins that ball after the long ball forward for the Liverpool keeper, and Stansfield comes forward and hits him. What a chance there for Stansfield. Our midfield playing really well, I must say. Bellingham and Stansfield doing well for us, and hopefully they'll be doing well for England as well. If England want to play well, play the two of them next to each other. Why not? They just still have Declan Rice, obviously, England in the midfield. They've got lots of good talent, England. I wanted to try and get to be England manager as well after they sacked Steven Gerrard after they were knocked out in the round of 32 at the World Cup. But they did not take us on as manager, which is disappointing. Even though Man United gave us a job, England didn't give us their job. As Sancho finds Rashford, and Rashford tucks it in. They're going to check for offside. We'll see if it is offside. It looked pretty close. But no, the goal has been awarded. It was onside. Sancho to Rashford, and we lead 4-1. You can see why I did quite like the idea of getting the England job as well after kind of created this side. So many English players playing here for my Man United team. If I could have been the England manager, I'd get to play with the same players at England as well, because I know how good they are playing at the club football. I've not made any changes yet in this one, and I don't think I'm going to, because we're going to play a rotated side in the next game. It's the Carabao Cup. I think it's against Swansea in the 4th round, so we'll play a backup team in that one. So we can just keep the boys out here and go and dominate as they have been, as Rashford nearly puts in another one, but it's just come off the frame of the goal. And Michel crosses in a corner kick to Fofana, and he gets his second of the day. Wesley Fofana, he could easily get double figures with his head this season. Lovely balls into the front post from Michel from the corners, and Fofana there to head them in. I'm surprised Fofana's the one getting the headers. I mean, Mustafa's 6'5". He should probably be winning the headers there. But we'll take it. We don't mind who scores the headers, so long as we do score them. And we lead 5-1 here. Utter domination up against one of our bitter rivals in Liverpool. Poor pass from Bellingham there, though. Liverpool get the ball back, and Jones comes in field. What's he going to do with it? He's going to just drive forward. He finds Yannick. Can Yannick tuck this one in? It's a great shot. It's come off the crossbar. We'll collect it and clear it away. Well, today is certainly going to help our goal difference as we win 5-1 against Liverpool at Old Trafford. What a performance that was. Well done, lads, I'll say to them. And you've seen today how we can grind out a result, that tough one against Porto, and then we can just dominate a game like we did against Liverpool there. You can see we're top of the league now by a point. Man City have played the same number of games as us, but Man City do have a game to play this weekend, so they'll probably go ahead of us at some point. But then we'll have that game in hand yet again. You can see lots of teams competing up there. Newcastle were up there before we beat them as well. Probably imagine the Manchester clubs will be the ones mainly competing. Maybe Chelsea, Newcastle. The rest are kind of dropping off, you'd think. I don't know. I don't know. You can see we've only played 8 games of top 3 and we're still clear everyone. So maybe it's a Man United, Man City, Chelsea top 3 this year. Who knows? Who knows indeed. We've not played a lot of the big teams. We've played Tottenham and Liverpool. That's about it. Maybe Newcastle as well. They're up there at the moment. But we've not played Chelsea. We've not played Manchester City, you know. So we'll need to see how we do when we come up against them. And you'll get to see how we do up against one of them in the next episode, because we're going to play the game against Ajax in the Champions League. We'll have another game against Porto between now and then, so we might have already qualified. Who knows? But we've got that game against Ajax and a game against Manchester City, the Manchester Derby, the first one of the season there at the end of November. That's going to be the next episode. So if you're looking forward to that one, make sure and come back for it. It's going to be a very good episode indeed. If you have enjoyed this episode, a 3-2 win and a 5-1 victory, then please leave a like on the video. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss an episode. And until the next one, which is going to involve that Manchester Derby. We'll see you then.